This is the Chery Tiggo 8. Now I know you're probably thinking about the infamous Chery QQ, but Chery has come a long way and is now producing good-looking vehicles like this Tiggo 8 that are at par with other vehicles in the market. Now a massive shout out to the guys at Chery Autohub Group for allowing us to review the Chery Tiggo 8 for the day. Now if you have any other questions regarding this Tiggo 8 and other Chery models, I'll put their contact details in the description box below. Let's start off with the front of the Tiggo 8. Now the Tiggo 8 has a huge grille up front which makes it look like an SUV rather than a crossover. There are also chrome accents on top and the lower parts of the grille, and it also has full LED headlights with a cool looking sequential turn signal indicators and LED fog lights. Oh, and a front camera blending in with the grille. Under the hood is a 1.5-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged gasoline engine which produces 145 horsepower and 210 Newton meters of torque, mated to a 6-speed dual-clutch transmission. Now on the side of the Tiggo 8, you'll be greeted by 18-inch wheels wrapped around 235/55 series tires. It has disc brakes on all 4 corners together with ABS, EBD, ESP, emergency brake assist, hill descent control, and hill start assist. It also has turn signal indicators as well as side cameras on both of its auto-folding side mirrors. There are also chrome accents on the bottom portion of the door as well as the window trim that extends up to the rear tailgate. Now at the rear of the Tiggo 8, you'll be greeted by this cool looking LED taillight, but unfortunately it only lights up until here, which kinda sucks. It would have been better if it's illuminated all throughout. Also, there's a rear view camera beside the button for the rear tailgate, as well as rear LED fog light and what seems to be rear exhaust tips. But the real exhaust tip is located below the bumper, which is hidden. Now at the rear of the Tiggo 8, with all the seats up, you could probably fit a couple of backpacks here for your overnight trips. I wouldn't bring up larger items because the space here is not that much. There's also a storage box underneath the floor for your tools and other items that you want to be hidden. If you want more space, you can fold the third row seats down and you'll get 892 liters of cargo capacity. If that's not enough, you can fold the second row seat and you'll get 1,930 liters of cargo capacity. There's also a 12-volt socket on the rear left side of the cargo area. Now, if you have any suggestions on how you want us to measure the rear cargo space of the cars that we review, please leave it in the comment section down below and we'll try to do it on our future video reviews. The interior of the Tiggo 8 looks and feels like it is priced higher than what it actually costs. Leather wrap panels on the most touch areas as well as soft touch dashboard. The steering wheel is also wrapped in leather and there are controls for the audio on the right side as well as the cruise control on the left side. Now up front is a full LCD digital instrument cluster where you can see your tire pressure monitoring system, which is standard for all the Tiggo variants, as well as your fuel gauge, your temperature gauge, your digital speedometer, and your vehicle info. Now in the center of the dash, you'll see a 10.25-inch infotainment display where you can see your 360-degree view cameras, as well as your Bluetooth audio, your AM and FM audio, as well as your Apple CarPlay. Sadly, there's no Android Auto for you Android users out there, but that's a bit ironic because the infotainment display is based on Android. Now the Tiggo 8 comes with dual zone climate control. Now I'm not a fan of these piano black plastic trim on cars because they get scratched up easily, as well as these capacitive touch controls for the air conditioning. It would have been a lot better if it was made from actual buttons so that I don't have to look at it if I'm hitting the right icons, but that's just me. In the center console, you'll see the leather wrapped gear shift selector as well as a place to put your loose change. Also, there's a switch for the electronic parking brake and the auto hold switch, as well as your vehicle modes and your parking assist. There's also 2 cup holders and a leather wrap center armrest. Underneath the center armrest, you'll be greeted by a huge amount of space for when you charge your phone through one of the 2 USB ports and a 12-volt socket. Now if you have cold drinks and you want to keep it cool, you can move the 2 cup holders and it reveals a single cup holder with a cooling vent to keep your drinks cool. Now both of the seats up front are leather wrapped, but only the driver's side has 6-way power adjustable. The front passenger has manually adjustable seats. The cushion is not too soft nor it is firm. Also, the Tiggo 8 comes equipped with ambient lighting across the dash, which makes it look more premium in the interior of the vehicle. For safety, the Tiggo 8 comes with 6 airbags, 2 for the front passengers, as well as side airbags and side curtain airbags. Also, a panoramic sunroof which extends to the second row seats for when you want more light to enter the cabin. For the rear passengers, there's enough space to fit 3 people abreast here. Now, the front seats are adjusted to my driving position. There's enough space for my knees, but the headroom is quite generous. If the passengers are below 6 feet tall, they could probably move the second row seats forward so that they could give more space to the people out back. There's also 2 air conditioning vents in the center console, as well as a single USB port. It would have been better if there were 2 USB ports so that the rear passengers won't have to fight over a single port. Now, there are cup holders on both sides of the doors, and the door cards is similar to the front. There are leather wrapped areas on the doors as well as the door handles. For the third row passengers, as you can see, a 6 foot tall guy like me won't fit here. But the space here is enough for smaller adults and smaller kids. There are also cup holders for both passengers on each side, and also a small window. It would have been a lot better if the windows were a bit bigger so that the rear passengers in the third row won't feel claustrophobic. The suspension of the Tiggo 8 is not that hard, so you won't feel the bumps on the road and as well as when you hit potholes. The only downside is, since the Tiggo 8 has dual clutch transmission, when you step on the accelerator, it kind of takes a second or two for it to change gears. Now, you might have noticed why I'm wearing 2 watches. The other one is my watch, but the other one is the key for the Tiggo 8. Now, it is also a smart watch where you can control the doors of the vehicle, open and close all the doors, open the rear tailgate and close it, as well as turn on your engine. One feature of the Tiggo 8 that is kind of cool is that when you turn to the right and you turn on the right signal indicators, the infotainment display shows you two views of the cameras, one on the front and one on the right side of the car. Now, the Chery Tiggo 8 comes in 2 variants. The Tiggo 8 Lux, which is priced at 1,280,000 Philippine pesos, and this range-topping model right here, which is the Lux EX, priced at 1,340,000 Philippine pesos. If you find this video helpful, please like and share the video. Now, if you have any suggestions or cars that you want us to review, comment it down below and we'll try to make it happen. And if you want to stay up to date for our future video reviews, hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you'll get alerted for our future posts.